Hello, it is Tuesday now. Am I starting a vlog here? Yes, vlog number 6. Welcome back to the vlogs. It's the Tuesday after Eharts Market, after I launched Such a Mum, and it's Hokey Cokey Day. So I just have enough time to eat breakfast. My husband got us frappuccinos again. I'm not going to refuse them, but yeah, we need to stop. And I just made us breakfast, so I'm quickly going to eat that. I've got a Vinted order there. I need to pack, post that, and then it'd be time to collect the kid. Doing the hokey cokey. So boys are at school, nursery, going to collect the kid, try and drop that order off. And then my older son has a club after school, in school, come home for a couple hours, then another club, in, out, shake it all about. So I don't know if I'll get time to come back here today, but I'll see you soon. Welcome back to another vlog. I'm Keziah and I run Creations by Keziah, an Etsy shop selling homeware and lifestyle goods and specialising in personalisation. I'm struggling to start today because my husband's upstairs and it's so distracting because I feel like he can hear me. I can hear him on the phone, but I can't hear what he's saying, so it means he can't hear me, right? So this is the vlog after my Eharts Market prep. So I'm going to be talking about how the market went for me. These are for orders, so I think it went quite well. So we're going to get into that in this video. Right, he's on the phone, so he is not paying attention to me. So it is now Wednesday the 14th of May, so almost 2 weeks ago I did the Eharts online spring market, which is run by Emily Harvey Art, an illustrator from the UK, and it's for people in her Patreon community as a way of her thanking us for supporting her. And it's held on a website that runs online markets called Trestle. So this was my 8th market. I think I've done 7, but also a showcase where we were really just showcasing our work and not really trying to make sales as much. So previously I would have been in a section for personalized items, but this time I decided to be in art and ceramics. Yeah, so I've not actually had chance to go back and check my stats for how many views I had, but I had 10 sales over the market. I ran a 15% discount off everything when you use the code Eharts. I want to sneeze. So yeah, to use the code. And I ran it from the Friday till the Monday. Sneezed so hard it knocked my phone down. Oh gosh, that's gonna be funny to watch back in the edit. And I'm cold now, but I forgot I wanted to be packing. Oh gosh, I actually ended up sneezing like 5 times. I wanted to be packing some orders while I'm talking to you. What was I saying? I might have to go back and watch what I was saying. I'm going to pack an order or 2 while talking to you about the market. So the first order is for Jenny. So I asked for testers for some different items I'm thinking of bringing to the shop, like some pump bottles, some soap dispensers. These I'm doing in a grey. It looks blue but on camera, but it's grey, black and white. Also Father's Day items and some teacher gifts. So I got one order for 3 pump bottles, maybe 4 or 5 orders for teacher bags, and I think that was it. So Jenny ordered a teacher bag. It says teach them, love them, watch them grow, and then the name Mrs. Actwell. So it's cute, jute tote bag, really roomy, really sturdy, and it's got a pocket at the front. And then she also ordered in my launch one of my vases, my leopard print vase. So thanks, Jenny, for being my first vase order. So I'm gonna just wrap these up with you, and then I've put thank you cards, and on the back I've put care instructions for both of them. So I was saying that I did 15% off everything, and I had 10 sales. So my offer ran Friday till the Monday, but someone who was taking part in the market, she couldn't, she was having issues with Etsy, so I did her payment through PayPal, I think on the Monday or the Tuesday, and then someone else couldn't do an order till the Tuesday, I think, and they used another like thank you code I've got. So I'm gonna wrap that up. Don't drop. So out of the 10 sales I had for the market, 9 of them were for my collection, so which I just could not believe. So thank you if you ordered anything from my collection. Thank you if you ordered anything from the shop in general. I'm just so grateful for all of the orders, but I'm just so glad someone I would have been happy with one order. So the market was opening. The market was opening at 6 p.m. and very often I'm doing things to the last minute, but this time I actually put my shop in holiday mode because I thought, oh, I need like 20 more minutes to get things done. But actually I needed 1 hour and 20 minutes because I factored in all this time to do things I needed to do, but did not factor in time to be such a mum. Do we need more padding? I think we need more padding. Yeah, I just didn't think about the time that my kids would need from me, so I put my shop in holiday mode because I'd had quite a few people beforehand telling me they were interested in getting products, really excited about products, and I just didn't want, if they wanted more than one thing, to have like one thing ready and then take like an hour to have the other thing. So I just went into holiday mode, and then I put on my Instagram stories that everything was finally ready, and I got a sale almost immediately. So Fee, thank you. I literally squealed. I squeal every time I get an order, to be honest, but just the fact that that sale came in so quick and then I got more orders, I just couldn't believe it. So my best seller was the medium plant pot, which is where are you? My son keeps singing that song, where are you? So the medium plant pot, this is it with the saucer. So I sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, and 2 large ones and 2 mugs as well. So that's how it's going to go, with some fragile stickers, a thank you sticker, and Creations by Keziah sticker. I'm just going to put some more fragile tape because I've got loads of this. And I do not trust people to not be careful. Yeah, so market went really well for me. I went live on the Saturday on my own just to go through my products while my son was napping. My husband was going to take the boys out, and then the toddler was napping, and my husband came and he was like, he's sleeping, go live now, but I also needed to shower, so I got really nervous about him waking up. He did eventually wake up while I was live, but my husband kept him a bit longer, and my husband didn't do something the way he wanted with his toys, so that made him really irritable. But I didn't know till after, so I thought he was irritable because he wanted me. Yeah, my chair's super squeaky, so I need to like get it screwed back into place. So I went live Saturday, and then on the Sunday I went live when Emily was live, and I was just so glad that she spoke to me first, because I think, was he napping again, or he was playing or something? I think he was playing. So yeah, really fun. I made notes somewhere. What I love about the market is you can guarantee every time there'll be new people, new categories, and I just love the enthusiasm of the newbies. Obviously they do get really nervous and feel pressure that they should be doing things that those of us who are more experienced have been doing, but it's just nice to see their enthusiasm. And I brought the notes and then I covered them. So with these markets, I said I've done 8 before, and for some people 10 sales might be really bad. For some people that might be way out of reach. For me, it's about the average that I do in these markets. I get between 6 and 12. That's what I've had in the past. So I was hoping for about 8. So that's an average of 2 a day. So to get 10, I was ecstatic. But again, I was so grateful for just the one sale. And I've done markets in the past where I've had no sales, or the sales I've had were from friends or family that I told about the market, who would have ordered from me whether I did the market or not. I've actually done a live once and no one turned up. I realised it's because Instagram didn't push the live out, but I didn't know back then that you should tell people you're going live, wait to see if people are around. Yeah, so this time I went live was like an impromptu, and we have generally a group chat, so I was able to say in the group chat, oh, I might do an impromptu live in like 10 minutes and then put it on my stories. And now I get a lot more views on my stories as well, and regular people who watch my stories, so I had a good amount of people tune in to that. So I don't know if this is flowing in a good order, but I just want people to know who have done the market or any online markets or in-person markets and feel deflated. Just know that I've been there with not having sales or views, or feeling like you've got the right product, feeling like you don't fit in, feeling like nobody's noticing you. You just have to keep showing up. Maybe you need to change your product. Maybe you need to change your tactics. There's nothing wrong with trying something different and, you know, going down a different path, changing direction. It's your business. Do what you want to do. You can go this path today and decide, actually, I want to go back down that path. But for me, the market is just such good exposure. Like, you can guarantee new eyes on your shop. I think there were 107 of us taking part, so it's really like a no-brainer taking part, getting all these eyes on your shop. I forgot what my point was because I just had a reminder go off and it just threw me off. Yeah, I think just don't let negative things put you off from doing them again, because things can improve. In my first 2 to 3 markets, I had no sales, or they're from family and friends, and the last maybe 3 markets now, I've had roughly about 8 sales minimum. There's one market I had 12 sales, so repeating myself now, but yeah, just keep going, just keep showing up, and don't see the market as the end of. The market's over, but you can still talk about your products. I need to do a reel over these couple of days reminding people about my products, and I'm fortunate I've had people DMing me, oh, I hope that thing's still available, I hope this is still there when I get paid. And luckily it's not a limited collection, so they will still be there. But I've had people saying, oh, I'd love to see these vases in such and such colour. So there's, you know, the chance for me to do future collections, and then people will buy that. So I think you just have to keep showing up. But also with this launch, it's probably the most I've talked about something, like, for the longest time. I think I've been talking about this launch for about 8 weeks, because I planned to do it for Mother's Day in March, and because it didn't happen then, I just used the time to keep talking about it. It has been a challenge because I don't do things for that long, but I've really watched people in the community doing that, and the long process and getting people invested and taking your time to really hone in on products, and this is the way forward for me. I said it a couple of vlogs ago that I was thinking of changing direction, and instead of, you know, just setting a date for something, for a new collection, putting things out and not having enough time, now I want to spend months working on products, really perfect them, and then decide on a date. And then I went and got sick, and my body was like, start now, start doing that now. So I'm going to be doing this going forward, and I'm just really excited to do that. And I hope people like that process. I hope people have liked seeing me talk about things in that way. I said I'll be packing orders, didn't I? And I'm not a picture of myself instead of pressing record. I'm in a co-working session now, and thought I'd quickly show you some more teacher tester bags that I did. So this one is a fail. It should look like the one I just showed you for Jenny, but the writing does not show on the green. So at first I thought I'm going to try and match the font and just cover it with like a gold or something, but I've just reordered the DTF and one of these tote bags. I'm going to do it on one of these instead, because I just think that's going to be extra work for me to try and figure it out, then get the sizing right, and then the curve. And so I'm just, I can do it another time and maybe take it to a market or something as an example, but I've just reordered one of the jute totes instead. So that's another design that says teacher helping little minds grow. I think there's a cup design to match this, so I think I'm going to get the cup design and offer the cup and the tote as a set. And then another design is reminder, the influence of a good teacher cannot be erased. So there's actually 8 designs that you can get on these bags, or the tote bags, in different colors. I just need to be mindful of what color is going on the tote. So my tester listing offered this design, and also like the natural jute in black and grey as well. So I think depending on what people order, I might need to just direct them to this. And then I removed a toy for vintage. I removed the tote bags on that listing, and I'm going to make a separate listing for these. And then another design that didn't work was this bigger jute one that can go over the shoulder. It also comes in red. That says Mrs. Nair, but you can't see it because I didn't think about that. The writing is black on navy, so that's an easier font to find than the one on the green. So I'm going to go over that in I'm thinking maybe gold vinyl, so I'll try and work on that and show you in this vlog or another vlog. So they're the teacher totes, and I think I'm going to pack up some, no, I need to put varnish on them first. I need to put varnish on some saucers. Do I need this little table? Honestly, so So many surfaces, not enough surfaces. That paper back. So I've got two plant pots I thought were ready to be packed, but I need to varnish the saucers. Showed you already, didn't I? I just need to put some varnish on the saucers. Every time I look at these now, I feel like I can see the terracotta through, but I can't. So I'm going to do a coat of varnish on these, see if I can pack them up tonight, get them weighed and dispatched on my Etsy, get the labels on so I can post tomorrow morning. So let's get a varnish in. That toy just keeps budding in the background. I'm done with the tape measure, but I'm keeping it on like a safety blanket. So many sounds. I thought I would answer some questions that I've had. So I asked quite a few months ago if people had any questions about me or my business, and I did start recording them in another video, but I think I'm gonna answer them here and I can get them out quicker. So first question, when did you start your business? So I've had many variations of a business. I ran Keziah Charles Designs when I was in college 20 odd years ago, in fashion college, doing alterations to clothes, customization, so adding like initials to t-shirts and taking apart jeans, turning them into skirts and putting like floral fabric patterns on the pockets. But Creations by Keziah started 2017 when my son was a year old, with me selling greeting cards and like party decor, like bunting and favors and baby shower decorations, like nappy cakes. But my business, what it's known for now, with the vinyl and the big emphasis on personalization, that started around 2022 because my cousin asked me to do personalized bottles for her students. She was a teacher then, and I'd never used vinyl before, had no idea what to do, and I was like, yeah, I can do that. And I realized years later that I actually used removable vinyl without realizing that it should have been permanent, but we never had any issues. And she had spare bottles, so I made one for my goddaughter and she still had it years later, so it was fine. I've written it down here. So in between the bunting and party stuff and what I do now, I used to do paintings from photographs, like on canvas, like acrylic on canvas, or watercolor in frames. Yeah, and then I've gone to what I do now with like cake toppers, bookmarks, acrylic signs, lots and lots of drinkware. Next question, what made you decide to start? The story behind would be good to know. So my mum and I made cards. We've not bought cards in about 20-25 years, and I've just always been creative. Don't understand my notes. Yeah, I've just always been creative and made things for people, and then I guess having my son, I started making things for him, like for his birthday parties, for his bedroom, and then there became a demand for people seeing it, because on my personal Instagram I shared a lot. I had designs on being a mummy vlogger, a mummy blogger, so I would share what I was doing with him because I didn't have a job really. So, and then yeah, I got demand for it, and then the business evolved and grew. The process from idea to product and how you find inspiration. So I tried to incorporate that in my YouTube vlogs deliberately because I've had this question, but I think I need to do a video where I show you me designing a product and it coming to life. But I would say I'm in a couple wholesale groups on Facebook, so I think just seeing products that they stock on their website or people in the Facebook group sharing things they've made, they give me ideas, which I'm meant to be doing this at the same time, which has not always been a good thing, because I've ended up having products in my shop that don't really align with what I want my business to be. So it's been good to get the inspiration, and it's because of my wholesaler releasing so many new designs with DTF and teacher products why I asked for the testers last month, because I actually thought it was me who hadn't noticed these products on their website before, but they were new products. So yeah, I get inspiration from there. Also, products I would like for myself or my kids. Like I say, I'm in a lot of groups, so I see a lot of products that way. And then demand for things. So I've brought things to my shop because someone's placed a custom order. Quite a lot of my products have come from custom orders, but so I've brought them to the shop, but then I might not get an order from anyone else. There's one particular product in my shop that I've sold twice, and it's to the same person, like a year apart. So I think over the next few months, I'm really going to have a think about what products I want in the shop, and I've already started like making a list. There's quite a few I'm going to take out because they're not the direction I want to go in. I don't just want to have loads of products in my shop. I know people say Etsy recommend that, but I'd rather have a shop that's cohesive, and I think recently I have managed that. I think my shop looks like my style and it looks cohesive, but there are products that are just really not my style, and I don't have anything against them, or if other people want them. And if people do come and ask for them, I think I'll do like a custom order through PayPal rather than making up a whole listing, which is quite time consuming, and that's what I have done in the past. So yeah, if there's things you like in my shop you've wanted to get and you've been putting off, I think you need to get a move on, because I might not keep them in the next couple months. Yeah, also then other things that influence me are trends, things I see YouTubers make. So it'll give me an idea, and I'll think of the practicality of me making it. Like, how would it impact me financially, and do I have the time to make that? Another question. My favorite products so far are probably my glass mugs. So these came about because I did a butterfly design. I didn't really like it, but it became one of my best-selling designs. So that's the coquette with bows, hearts and cherries, and that's an autumn design. That also comes in the red, green and orange. So I'd probably say the glass mugs are my favorite, and I use one of them every morning to have a cup of tea at least, and I drink squash out of them as well. Yeah, so they're probably my favorite, but I find when I get an order for something, that often becomes my new favorite thing to make, which is a good sign, I guess. I still enjoy the process. Anything you'd love to do in the future product wise? I'd love to bring apparel to my shop. I'd love to stock jumpers and t-shirts, because I wear a lot of jumpers in autumn winter. So I'd love to do that with my designs, and I'm in talks with another small business to possibly help me with a Kickstarter idea. I'm planning. Watch this space. When I got these questions, products on the list of what I'd like to do in the future were vases and plant pots, and look at me doing them. So yeah, it's surprising how quickly, from me really thinking about doing these, how quickly I've managed to bring them to the shop. So I'm going to leave that layer on for now. A range of products that you can and would work with. So I work with a lot of drinkware. Now I've got the ceramics, the vases are ceramic, the pots are terracotta. I do acrylic bookmarks. I've got fabric bookmarks, acrylic cake toppers, baby milestones. What else? People ask you about your shop and you just go blank. And then I've got plastic cups, tumblers. So I think that's it. I work with a lot of vinyl. Oh, I've got bags. I actually prefer to work with heat transfer vinyl, which is iron-on vinyl, to permanent vinyl. But I get more orders for permanent. But when I get an order for heat transfer, I'm like, I could do this all day. It's just a much easier material to work with. And I've found a brand called Keziah, which is literally called Keziah Easy Weed, and the clue is in the name. So yeah, it can be temperamental figuring out like if it's a hot or cold peel, which means do you peel off the protective layer while the material is still hot, or do you wait for it to cool? I've learned about that the hard way, ruining things to figure that out. What would you work with? Oh, did I think about it? Just maybe clothing. I have done personalized clothing, like I've had custom orders for t-shirts and stuff. I can't think off the top. I'm in two minds about things like toiletry bags. I feel like the people I watch on YouTube, there's a lot of that quilted like cosmetic bag, but I studied sewing. I've got a degree in pattern cutting, and sewing machines are not my friend. So yeah, I'm not sure if that would happen, but if I had the patience, I would love to have like machine sewn items. I think they would work well in my shop. So for now, I've got can't see one to hand. I have got some cosmetic bags. Got some cosmetic bags. So this is one I did for myself. It's got my makeup in it. And this is one I did for an order that went wrong. So I used this recently because I was going out and taking my journals with me. So I'd love to bring these to my shop, have more of like a bridal wedding collection or items specific for babies, like newborns, new parents. I'd love to do that as well. And again, I'll do this in another video. Another question is, I literally have no idea how vinyl and DTF process work from start to finish. Would be great to see it. So these are things I'm gonna do in future videos. I'll try and do a video specific to that, but to explain it in words. With vinyl, you type your words or you input your design in, this is what I do, in Cricut Design Space, and you pay a monthly subscription for that. And I would often use from the images they have in their catalogue that you're free to use and sell. And then I make them my own by changing the shape, changing the direction, changing the colours, and merging them with other designs that I feel fit them. And that's how I make my patterns like these. Like, these did not look like this on Design Space. I've altered the size, I've altered the colours, I've altered the directions. So it would be better if I show you. This is your vinyl. You place that on a mat, you feed that into your Cricut machine, and then it will print out the shapes, which you then weed out with a particular tool. You weed it out with this tool. You place transfer tape over the top once you can see your shapes, and then you need to apply the tape with this. This is making sense. And then you apply it to your product, and then heat transfer. You do the same, but you iron it on, basically. So yeah, I'll try and do a video of me making something. I'm just like really low on time, but good news, my toddler has gotten into my son's school for nursery for September, so that will give me Monday to Friday mornings to work. So hopefully I can make the video for you before then. But yeah, so today I've got about 30 minutes before I need to collect him, but we're also like going back and forth because we've taken my car for MOT, so I might need to go with my husband to collect it. But I'm going to leave the varnish to dry for a couple hours before I do another coat and do the other side of the items, and then pack those up. I think that's about it for the market recap. I'm not sure if I'm going to get time to show you more items that I'm making, but basically the majority of my orders are from my Such a Mum collection, which I showed in my last vlog. So I think I might leave it there, keep it short and sweet. Let me know if you want to see anything specific in another video, and hope you like this one. Hope it's been interesting. And if you've enjoyed it, please like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed. If and when we get to 100 subscribers, my son has offered to draw a picture in celebration, and he's counting down. So we're at 86 now, so if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe, because I'm really intrigued to see this drawing, and he's quite artistic as well. So leave me something connected to drawing, leave me an emoji connected to drawing if you got this far. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for being here, guys. See you soon. Bye. Knock my drink over.